Good morning, class. Welcome to your English language development class. My name is Miss Spain. Today, you are about to complete lesson 0.1 of your English language development course. This lesson is titled Lesson Structures. At this point, you should stop and write the title of the lesson on your notes. What are the steps to completing a lesson in Miss Spain's class? Each lesson will start with an opening question like this. You should pause the video and write this question on your notes at the top in the space provided. I just want to go over some of our class expectations. We've gone through this before, but it doesn't hurt to review it one more time. So in my class, I expect that there are no cell phones. As you've been instructed, when you come into the classroom, you have an assigned spot in the cell phone storage area. Put your cell phone there and go to your seat. As far as seating goes, I do not require assigned seating. You may sit where you choose each day. When you come in, you do not have to sit in the same seat every day. You can change your seating as you see fit. You may also sit close to people that are working on the same lesson as you, so you can move on and work with them when you're on the same lesson. The bathroom policy, check for the red pass. If the red pass is there, don't disrupt the class, just get up and go. And as far as noise in the class, this is a noisy class. I make a lot of noise, we're going to make a lot of noise. Only occasionally will it get too loud, and I'll remind you that we need to be respectful of our neighbors and bring the noise level down. Okay, class, now that that's out of the way, let's begin our lesson. In my class, there will be 4 parts to every lesson. Please note that when you see text in red, you should write this in your notes. This is important key information. So the first part is the bell ringer. Next, we have video and notes, then the assignments, and then a mastery check, which is like a mini quiz. So let's go into more detail. First, we had the bell ringers. Here are some things you need to know about bell ringers. First, put your phone away immediately when you enter class. This way, you have plenty of time to complete the bell ringer in the allotted time. Second, go into Google Classroom and open the daily check-in. You're going to answer any do now questions. They're located on the right side of the whiteboard, and there will be a space to answer them in the daily check-in form. The second part of every lesson is the video and notes. So each day, you'll have a video such as this to watch. Let's look at the details. There are 4 important parts of your notes. First, you want to write down the lesson title and the opening question. Don't forget to add your name and the period you have class with me. The second thing is that topics will be listed in the left column at the beginning of the year, but will gradually become your responsibility to determine those topics by the end of the year. All key points for your notes will be in red. Watch for the red text and be sure to write it in your notes in your own words. Do not copy word for word. And finally, the space at the bottom is to answer the opening question. So let's practice. Get your notes. Note the important information is listed in red. You'll see in the left-hand column the topic, 4 important parts of notes. Pause the video now and write the important information in your notes. The third part of every lesson are the assignments. So you're going to complete assignments for the lesson once you've watched the videos and take the notes. They're hyperlinked in the agenda document in Google Classroom, or you can find them in the rainbow file hanger near the student supplies. You may always use your notes on these and work with an assigned partner. When you complete an assignment, put them in your class bin. If they're not complete by the end of the period, you should put them in your folder. Any incomplete work should go in your folder. All right, let's look at the 3 types of assignments. The first one is must-do assignments. These are required assignments and they must be completed before you can do a mastery check. The next are should-dos. These are not required. If you are struggling, you should complete these. If you don't pass a mastery check, I will instruct you to complete these. And the third type are aspire to-dos. These are extra credit. You should only be completing these if you pass the mastery check before the unit quiz and you still have extra time. The final part of the lesson is the mastery check. Let's look at some of the details on the mastery check. We have a few rules for mastery checks. First, when you complete steps 1 to 3, you may request a mastery check from me. It will either be released to Google Classroom or I'll give it to you on paper. The second thing to remember is that you need to go to a designated table to complete. I will have privacy screens available and you should be using them, as this is a mini quiz. You must work alone on a mastery check. It's time to show what you know. And finally, you may be asked to revise your work before you move on. So if you do not pass the mastery check, you will be required to either review the video in your notes or complete any should-dos for the lesson. Then you may take the mastery check again. Finally, you repeat steps 1 through 4. So as soon as I state that you've passed the mastery check, you're going to move on to the next lesson. If you happen to complete everything in one period, you're going to skip the bell ringer step and start with the video. That is only if you are moving on in the middle of a period. The bell ringer is completed at the beginning of every period. All right, that's all I have for you. Don't forget to go back and answer the opening question in your notes. Have a good day.